Here we are. Today is Monday, January 6th, 2026, the first Monday of the new month of the new year, and I'm out doing my walk. Thank you for visiting Frugal Days with Danina. If you like this video, I hope you will like and subscribe. I did a couple of videos on New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, talking about my goals for the year. I'm shooting for 730 miles for the year, 2 miles a day, knowing realistically some days I won't get my 2 miles, some days I will, some days I'll get more. I'm hoping for more today. No appointments, no other things going on that will take up my time besides just household chores and yard chores and things like that. So I'm trying to get a little extra today. Plus, yesterday on Sunday I didn't feel well, so I didn't get out and do my walk. I also bought a mini trampoline, a rebounder. Merry Christmas to me. So I am trying to add 3 jumping sessions a day into my exercise plan. It's harder than I thought, so I'm doing 4-minute sessions. I'm trying to do a total of 12 minutes minimum per day. Again, I did not yesterday because I had an upset stomach. But I've done 1 today, and I'll get the other 2 in later today. I'm out doing my outdoor walk. I've always got my treadmill I can fall back on if I need to finish up later in the day. Let me know in the comments if you have goals for 2026. Thanks for joining me. I wanted to share with you a few thoughts on how I start my day. I bought this little book on a trip I was on with my friends back in October, and it just really spoke to me. I liked it. It's kind of like a journal, but it doesn't feel overwhelming because you just basically write down 1 line a day, and you get to do it for 5 years. So I thought what fun that would be to look back and see what you wrote about on a particular day in a particular year over a 5-year period. So I thought I would incorporate that into my daily morning routine when I have coffee and do my reading, my budgeting, my planning for the day or the week or the month. It just takes a few seconds to think of something to write down for that day, something that's going on in your life at that moment, something you're going through or a blessing you're having. And the 20 there is for the year. So obviously I'll write down the 2026. As you can see, I've already done a few of the pages because today is January 6th. And you just write the year, so 26, and you write a little bit about that day, and then next year 27, and I'll write a little bit on this same day next year, and so on. And I'll get to look back over the last 5 years of things I had going on in my life or things I was grateful for that particular day. Here's one right here that I'm grateful for. This is Blackie. He usually joins me right here beside me when I'm reading or journaling or working on my budget. And there's little Chloe. She likes to lay by the window and look outside. Callie, my little calico, is around here somewhere, but I have my planner, my Bible, my books that I read every morning. And now I'm going to add this to my routine as well. I'm really looking forward to that. I've enjoyed it these first 6 days of the year, and I'm looking forward to being able to look back over my thoughts from previous years. I just recently started this book. I finished another book on my Kindle last night called Pull of the Moon by Elizabeth Berg. Elizabeth Berg is one of my favorite authors. And I just started Wild Dark Shore yesterday or day before. It's really good. It's from the library. I use my Kindle or my library card to check out books most of the time. And then, of course, I listen to something on Audible on my phone with my earbuds when I'm walking each day or working in my yard or doing housework. So I usually have a real book, a Kindle book, and an audio book going all at the same time. But finished up my one on my Kindle last night, so tonight I will start a new book on my Kindle, and my daytime reading will be from Wild Dark Shore. And my audiobook will be Bury Our Bones in the Midnight Soil, I think is the title that I'm listening to right now. Let me know in the comments if you're reading anything right now, and if you started any new journaling type activities, or if you're going to continue with any writing or journaling activities from the previous year. Good morning. It's about 5 a.m. on Tuesday, December the 6th. Welcome to Frugal Days with Danina. I woke up really early this morning. Normally I get up about 6 a.m. Today I woke up at 4, wide awake. So I decided to go ahead and get up, get my shower, start a load of laundry, make my coffee. Yes, it's still a Christmas mug. Mugs are something I treat myself to when I find one I really like. And I normally switch them out for the seasons. I just haven't switched this one out yet. I do try to do the one in, one out though, because I'm limited on space in my little kitchen. So when I get a new one I really love, I try to weed out one that maybe isn't one of my favorites. I think on yesterday's video, I may have said it was Monday, January the 6th, but it was actually Monday, January the 5th. Let's have some coffee. I've already made the coffee. I use a Keurig, by the way, just because I only have 1 cup a day. I would love it if I could just use fresh ground coffee, maybe in a coffee grinder, but I've never had good luck. Sorry, I have to use my milk frother. I like to have some milk on the top of mine. Anyway, I've never had good luck with those coffee holders that you can put in your Keurig and use your own beans, your own grind, pre-made coffee, whatever. I've just never had good luck with those. They always seem like they leak grounds into my coffee. So I've tried several brands. Do any of you use one of those? And if so, what brand? If you've had good luck with it. Maybe I'm doing it wrong. I don't know. So I've just stuck with the Keurig. Coffee is something I budget for. I actually have a coffee subscription that my sister told me about and I really enjoy, so I budget for that. I'll talk to you soon. Here I am where I start every morning with my coffee, which you saw just a minute ago. I'm all set up with my planner, with my budget book, with my books that I read, and with the book I showed you earlier, my 1 line a day, which I will work on in a few minutes. And then of course my library book. Last night I started a new book on my Kindle. Nightingale, I think is the name of it, by Kristen Hanna, I believe is the author. Could be wrong about that, I'll have to look. But I think that's it. Kind of a World War II novel, I believe. I'll let you know how that's going. Also, as I mentioned earlier, I'm reading Wild Dark Shore for my morning read or my daytime read in a book with my eyeballs. I have an appointment early this morning to get my oil changed. That's another thing that I budget for. That's in my car maintenance sinking fund that I add to every month. I generally get 2 to 3 oil changes a year. That's what my car requires for the mileage that I drive. So I budget for that and it's time. So I made an appointment for 8 a.m. I will take it in and get that done and my tires rotated. After that, I will most likely then find a spot and do my walk, and I will be listening to a book on my phone, an audiobook. Getting ready to get jumped on by Blackie here. He almost always joins me. Good morning. They've had their breakfast. They always have their breakfast before I have my coffee. Hello. He usually joins me here in my chair for my morning routine. I check in on my bank account. I see if there's anything coming up today that I need to do. For instance, my insurance for my motorhome is due today, so I will make that payment online. He's very curious about my phone on the stand that I have it on up there. So you saw his ears just a second ago. Very curious cats. I hope your day is going good so far. I will check in with you later.